Oh, this is my song. Where the remote? Oh, I can hear it and it's not even playing.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Sheree and I'm back here with another video. Of course, we're here with Donbythelake. Today we're gonna do a story time about the time we broke off our friendship.
It's her fault. It was all her fault.
It's not my fault, but anyway, he could tell his side and I could tell my side. And
in the comments down below,
you can go ahead and tell who was right.
I mean, we don't care because
Right.
we're past that,
Yeah.
but we know I'm right, so we just want physical proof that I'm right and more people that you're not. Okay, but let's...
It's not even about what's right. It's about the moral of what happened. Just listen. Who want to go first?
I'll go first. So basically, y'all, it was just a regular day. You know, we hopped on the phone because, you know, we're best friends. What else would we do? So Sheree tells me that she has gotten into a little conflict with someone and that she basically started it. But the person that she got into a conflict with got very disrespectful over a joke. That was something that was intended to be a joke. Correct? So, mind you, at this time, Sheree's far. Like, she lives far. We lived almost an hour and a half away. So, like, yeah. So, we was only doing conversations through the phone. And if she drove to where I was at. So, I was with a friend that we had in common. And I was with someone that she hooked me up with. And we were driving around, right? And this is like hours after Sheree had already told me about the little conflict she had. Because it was just a minor conflict. Like, it was really nothing. For real, for real. So, we're driving around, me and my two other friends. And who do we see? The person Sheree has conflict with. Now, our friend that we had in common at this time proceeds to speak to the person. But she's yelling out the window. And I tell her, I'm like, don't do that. So, like, we're driving, like, 5 minutes after we seen this person, my friend gets a text from the person, was like, where's Sheree at? And I'm just like, so I tell my friend, like, a little bit, but I don't tell her everything because it wasn't really my business, so I told her to call Sheree. So then Sheree and her got on the phone, and Sheree tells her to tell this person of interest to link so we can solve this conflict, right? So fast forward the story. Sheree ends up coming in half an hour to where we're at because, you know, she bout that life. And we proceeded to wait for the person of interest to show up. They never came. And boom. But, like, in the midst of us waiting, I'm texting my ex. And Sheree's sitting right next to me. She does not like my ex. My ex does not like her. So, like, I'm texting my ex, and Sheree's all over my shoulder. Like, and I can feel her over my shoulder. Like, I can feel it, bro. And she keep asking me questions. I'm like, and, like, this day wasn't necessarily a good day for me. So, like, I was trying to treat my friend a certain type of way, which later on, you'll figure out, like, it wasn't a good decision, like, at all. So, like, she kept asking me stuff. So, like, I kept lying, and I kept saying, like, oh, it's nobody. And then, like, I said it was my brother. And I told her I wanted to go home, like, I don't want to be sitting here waiting for the person of interest, and they ain't even coming no more. And plus, I'm texting my ex, and, like, yeah. So then, like, Sheree proceeds to drop me off.
Pause. Let's pause this story. First off, he said,
Stop biting my shoestring.
I'm about to go get some food with a person we know's mom. I gotta go home because I gotta go shower and get some food. That what was told to me. Mind you, we're best friends, right? Okay, let's keep that right there in mind. Best friends.
Let's keep in mind, I was very irritated today, and a peeping Tom is just not what I wanted. She was, y'all, like, when I tell y'all, like, I don't know, like, she just kept bugging me, bro. Like, I just was like, yo, nah, like, she getting on my nerves, so, but, and plus, Sheree is a very nosy person. Like, she's nosy as F. Like, she will continue asking you questions after you constantly tell her, like, yo, no. Like, she has to know every freaking thing. I mean, well, we're the same way, but she's way worse. Okay, so I told Sheree a lie Because, like, and mind y'all, at this time, it's me, Sheree, our friend that we had in common, the one that was with me earlier, who has spoken to the person of interest, and it's 2 other people, non-factors. So, yeah, so Sheree proceeds to drop me off, and that's when I go in the house, I take a shower, and my ex is like, I'm ready to bring you some food because I'm in the area. So I'm like, shit, some free food, that, like, what it is. And it's funny because my lie was that I was going to go get food. Yeah, I was going to post a picture of the food on Snap and everything, and be like, shout out to Mom Deeks. Like, I really was ready to play the bet on this. But anyway, so, because, like, to me, this was nothing. Like, it was really nothing. But...
Okay, now it switches to my part, because you don't know what happened in this in-between time. I'm on my phone, and I get, for some odd reason, a ding went off of my head, like, check on Don, check Don's location. Because for the past few days, Don's location just happened to be going off.
Which it was.
His location was...
I'll tell y'all why.
So, I just decided, oh, let me go check Don's location. I go check Don's location, it says location not available. And I noticed, I was like, something's fishy. I don't know what made me check. It's like, for some odd reason, I just knew. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, like, literally, something was like, check Don's location. And I did, and it said that. So then, I don't know what, I called him. And I was like, what did I say to you? Or I called you and you didn't answer. And you turned your phone off. You did something like that. You turned your phone off. And I texted you, I said, you're with that
B.I.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I don't know what happened. I just know you wasn't answering my text messages.
So let me intervene now to tell y'all what was happening on my end.
Mm-hmm.
But mind y'all see how she was asking all these questions, checking the location, Casey, and all that other stuff, right? Sheree is the same type of person. When you ask her a question, there's no answer. There's just giggles, and there's just laughs, and there's this loud thing right here, this right here, and then she just goes about her business. Like, it's the scariest thing ever. Like, she's the same person that won't give you a bit of information, but as soon as you lie or keep out something from her, oh, you're public enemy number 1.
Because you're my best friend, you're not supposed to lie to me.
Don't tell me stuff.
Listen, I don't lie to you though. I just don't tell you anything.
Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, so on my end, this is what's happening. So my ex came to pick me up, and from what I know, because it's me and Sheree are best friends, and then there's another friend that we have that's also my best friend, and
she was my best friend too.
yeah, like, we're all 3 of us was best friends. So, like, at this time, my ex is, he's, like, telling me to come outside and stuff. So, I'm texting best friend number 3 of our 3 amigos, and I'm telling her, I'm like, where you at? And I actually tracked her, and it said she was home.
Mind you, pause, she was with me at the time, and on my end, she told me, oh, I'm so tired. I got school in the morning, which I knew was a little bit fishy too, because she usually used to stay up until like 1 in the morning on school nights. Like, I was just like, it was a little bit fishy in my head too. So then we just dropped her off and left it alone. Okay, now you can go.
So, in her defense, when I contacted her, because I had tracked her, and I seen that she was home now. And then I also checked Sheree, and it said she was somewhere else. So I texted her, and I was like, what you doing? She's like, I'm ready to get in the shower and lay down and watch TV. And I was like, nah, come with me. You trying to get some free food? And she like, hell yeah, I'm with it. And so I was like, all right. And then also, we was going to do a little smoke out. But, and then, like, yeah, that was that. And plus, I was with my ex. Mind y'all, I was actually talking to someone that Sheree had hooked me up with, that she worked with. But, like, he knew what was up. He knew I was still friends with my ex. He knew, like, there was still a little bit of feelings for my ex. So, I'm going to get to that, though. So, like, yeah, so I hit her up or whatever. So, he had came and picked me up because he drove. So, he had came and picked me up. And she lived right across the street. So, we just swooped around and we got her. So, we're all in the car eating, chilling for a while. We're in one location at first. Because, like, where we all live, like, there's several locations where everybody will go to hang out and just sit in their cars or sit and chill, you know. So, like, we was in one of those locations. And, like, Sheree is blowing up my phone, dog. Like, I'm like, huh? I'm like, what is going on? And that's when I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I put it in the side door. And we continued to do what we was doing. And that's when my ex's phone started ringing. And I swear, Sheree said this part didn't happen, but I swear this part happened, y'all. Her mom's name, but not even, I don't think it was her mom's name, but it was a name that popped up that I knew was in relation to Sheree. And I was like, that's gonna be Sheree. Like, I told him, I was like, that's Sheree.
It probably wasn't. It was probably that how I knew to check Don's location. It was probably something that he knew. It was me. Because I called from this girl that I worked with. I called from her phone.
Yeah, it was something like that. Just I knew it was Sheree. And then here's the thing, y'all. It wasn't even a regular phone call. It was a FaceTime. Sounds like you'll just answer it. So we answered. What do I see? I see like, cause they worked at a restaurant, and like this restaurant in
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, at Texas Roadhouse, it's like it has neon lights and shit. Like they had the camera facing the ceiling, and I promise y'all, I did not make a sound. I just was like this the whole time. Like, and I wanted to laugh, and like my ex was just in the camera like this, and he like, hello, who is this? And that's when all you see is Sheree little hit. No. The girl, whoever they called off the phone, she was like, is Don with you? Or something like that. And then that's when he was like, no, who this? And that's when you see Sheree grab the phone and her little head in the camera, like, she was like, oh, so Don is with you. And when I pull up, I'm beating everybody ass. And I'm like, what? So then she hangs up. Boom. So I'm like, what? Like,
Mind you, I'm with the dude he's talking to at the time.
Yeah, she went to the dude I'm talking to. They all work together, but this day Sheree was not working. She went to his job
Sure did, because when I found out Don was lying to me, I said, okay.
I don't understand why would she get the idea to go. If you're my best friend, why would you go tell?
Because you lied to me.
It don't matter. Why would you go tell the dude?
You broke best friend code.
So she went to the dude's while he's at work, y'all. He's at work. She tells him, well, I don't know what she told him, but he starts blowing up my phone. They're both blowing up my phone, and it's like sitting on the door. Nobody in the car knows that my phone is being blown up but me, because I keep pulling it out, and I'm just like, ooh, like, damn, like, something's already happening. So I tell my ex, I'm like, let's go to another spot. And this spot is closer to where I was standing at the time. And, like, so we moved there. So, like, 20 minutes go by, and it's funny because my other best friend that was in the backseat, she made a joke, and she was like, oh, there goes Sheree. And that's when, like 2 minutes after she said that, like we just got finished laughing off that, we see some bright headlights, and I look in the rearview mirror, the windows are fogged out like a and I wipe the window, and I'm looking at the rear view, and I see the dude I'm talking to coming up. Then I look at my ex's, he's in the driver's seat. I look at his rear view, and I see Sheree walking up. And then I see all these people out the back windshield, and I'm like, what? So that's when that's when you hear two bangs, like, Sheree banged on the driver's side window, and the dude I was talking to banged on my side of the window, and I'm like, mind y'all, I'm intoxicated. I'm like, mind y'all, like, everybody outside of the car is screaming, hollering, like, cursing. Everybody on the inside of the car is just looking at each other, laughing. Like, it was like one of those laughs where you laugh and then you stop and you get serious. You're like, what? Like, what? So that's when I feel bad, like, because, like, at this point, we're blocked in, all right? So that's when I'm telling my ex to, like, reverse the car, like, see if you can leave. He can't necessarily see because the window's foggy. So somehow he get the car facing towards them. All you know is, alright, so, like, I see Sheree and them, and, like, they're throwing stuff on the car. Like, not throwing stuff, but, like, hitting the car. So I'm like, I look at my best friend, she's, like, real little and petite, so I'm like, I don't know if she's gonna be able to withstand, because we might have to brawl. Like, it's us three, and it's like 7 of them or 6, like, and they pulled up in, like, how many cars I was in? 3 or 2?
2.
Because I remember it was like, never mind, I don't want to say names, but, like, yeah, it was like 3 cars. So I'm like, I'm looking at them 2, and my ex, like, he looked at me and he was like, should I call the police? And where I'm from, I don't...
He said that?
Yeah, so just let me finish. So, like, where I'm from, I don't really do the police. Like, if we gonna fight, we gonna fight. That's that. Like, if you gonna give me a fair fight, you gonna give me a fair fight. If you gonna jump me, y'all just gonna have to jump me. But that's that. I'm not calling no police. So, like, that's when I told them, like, chill, like, hold on. And mind you, I'm like a comfortable. I go outside without shoes all the time. So, like, I had one outside with no shoes on. I only had on socks. So like I get out the car and I'm stumbling. Like I don't care though. Like I told my best friend and I told my ex to stay in the car. Like lock the doors as soon as I get out, cause they were trying to get in the car. So yeah. So I get out the car and I'm like, what's the problem? So that's when Sherry's not even paying me no mind. Sherry's trying to get my ex out the car to fight him. Mind you, he's a him. Like she don't give a she's trying to fight him.
I didn't care.
So
like what?
So Sherry's not even.
If you're the reason that you have my best friend lines, but you need to get banged in your head. Like you need to get banged in your head because you lied to me. Boop boop.
Anyway, so that's when like Sherry's not paying no mind. She's just still banging on the car, trying to climb on the car. So I'm talking to the dude that she hooked me up with. So I'm like, he's yelling at me. He's like, for real, Don, this is what you doing? Mind y'all, only person I lied to this night was Sheree. Let me tell y'all how this boy was so like easy to be manipulated. She went to his job telling him that I was with my ex. But here's the whole kicker. I told him I was going to be hanging out with my ex that week. I just didn't know what day it was. So like he knew. So like and like that night I was just so pissed off. I wanted to fight everybody because I'm like, yo, you really let a little ass girl corrupt your mind.
Excuse me?
Like yeah, like that's how I felt. Like at that time, that's how I felt. Like I just felt like you let a little ass girl corrupt your mind. Like as a man, you let a girl come and tell you some stuff instead of putting together the pieces that you already know. You let that. Like instead of telling her like, chill, man, I know where you at. Like if I like yeah. So I'm like we yelling back and forth, and I'm like you're tripping. Like you did all this for what? Like. I'm talking to him though. Like Sheree's in the background. Get the fuck out the car. Get out the car. Dude, get out the car. Like, and I'm like, so like I'm just blocking out because I already told them lock the door. Like, even if you feel tempted to get out, don't get out. So like, I'm still talking to the boy, and I'm like, but you already knew what it was. You knew me and him are still friends. You knew what our relationship was. Da 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 da. And he like, nah, y'all in the car together. Y'all look suspect. Y'all look suspicious. I'm like, see, and this is why I invited my best friend. Like, I invited her for this exact reason, so it wouldn't be what it looked like. Cause I had already lied to one best friend and told her I was going out with my mom to get some food. So like. When she find out I'm with my ex, who she does not like at all, she's going to flip too. So, like, I'm like, yeah. So, that's why I bought my other best friend. So, like, it wouldn't even look like it's a date. So, they wouldn't think we just sitting in the car smooching and, like, touching and loving. Y'all know, the whole shebang. So, yeah. So, like, I'm just yelling at him. And then that's when, this is when Sheree finally gets on top of the car. And I just block out what he's saying, because like he's a clown to me at this point. Like you like really like you let this girl really hype you up to come and do all this. Like you look a mess. Anyway, so Sheree's on top of this boy's car trying to kick in his windshield. So I'm grabbing her. I'm like, you need to calm down. So like, and at this moment she think I'm trying to be aggressive with her, but like previously in the car, he said talking about calling 911. I had to take his phone, so he wouldn't call 911. If anything, I'm trying to look out for her. Like, I'm not trying to put my hands on her or nothing. But initially, that's what happens. It gets violent. I'm not going to get into details, but I had a couple scratches. So, yeah, man, I'm going to get into details. I had a couple scratches. I had to get this little spider monkey down up off the car. Once I got her down, she got on top of me. Like, she was on me, y'all. Like, this is why I call her spider monkey, because she wrapped her legs around me. And, like, she's on me, like, don't put your hands on me. And I'm like, what? I'm just, what? I'm getting her off me. Her dude steps in the middle. And then the dude that I was talking to, that she hooked me up with, his best friend is also stepping in the middle. And everybody's yelling at me, like... Everybody was just mad at me. And I'm just like, what the f***? Like, all I was doing was getting some free grub. Like, where's the beef at in that? Anyway. So, after...
1, you shouldn't have been hanging out with him. 2, you shouldn't have been lying to me. 3, that's what you get.
So then, after that, right? After I got Sheree off the car, and they threw hella shit on top of his car. They threw, like, this big ass, like, it used to be a stop sign. They threw that on top of his car.
No, it was not.
It was. I swear to everything it was. It had got knocked down from, I think we had a storm before that, or some ruthless kids knocked it down. But I remember because the people that worked at the apartment complex dragged it behind the dumpster, and they went beside the dumpster and grabbed it. Like I watched them grab it, and I just was like, "My jaw, here's a brain teaser, something that'll twist your nuts." Sheree, it was Sheree throwing stuff on top of the car alongside a girl that had beef with Sheree. I'm just so confused. Like they did not like each other, and they were helping each other destroy this man's car.
I wasn't paying no attention to her. I actually forgot she was there, but I was not paying any type of attention to her. I was just mad.
Sheree wasn't paying attention to her, but I can prove in this next piece of evidence that she did know the girl was there.
I probably knew she was there, but I blacked out at the moment, so
Yes.
I wasn't paying attention.
You black, purple, yellowed, greened out. Every color in the... Because this was a loony bin. Like, what? So...
No,
So, like... Because, like, he had a path to, like, drive down the street. But... they were in front of the car, like, throwing stuff and telling him... Sheree was the main one telling about something. You ain't going nowhere until you get out the car, bitch. All this stuff.
Straight like that.
So then I had to get out the car again. So I got out the car and I'm pushing Sheree. She open hand slapped the shit out my neck. And
I tried to aim for your face.
yeah, and I think that's when I got another scratch. And that's when I pushed her. I'm not gonna lie, I pushed her. And that's when her dude tried to press down on me. Everybody was pressing down on me after I pushed her.
Oh,
Everybody was like, "Oh, you're a boy. This don't look right." Everybody was like, "This your best friend." I'm like, what? How am I in the wrong for trying to save this man's car? And all he did was bring me free food. Like
because all I asked for was him to get out the car. That's the only thing I asked. Why you can't get out the car? Like, that's all I asked.
Jeez Louise.
None of that had happened to his car if he would have got out the car.
So I get them like as I'm like after I pushed her, like everybody's in between us, and like me and Sheree are just yelling from across the
car.
Like no, the people, cause like we're in front of the car, but we're like there's two people in between.
Yeah.
Her baby daddy and the dude I was talking to best friend, and like Sheree had said something, but like at this point I'm mad because like everybody's like yelling at me, and I'm just like, what? So, like, I had a jar in my hand, and I had threw it at Sheree because she was talking. Like, she was yelling, and I was just like, shut up, bitch. And that's when all you know is she's like, don't fucking throw nothing at me. Like, she tried to get to me, y'all. Like, she was this close to getting to me after I threw that fucking thing. But, like, everybody had, like, grabbed her. And, like, when they're grabbing her, they're moving from in front of the car, like, exactly what I wanted. So once they move from in front of the car, I tell my ex, I'm like, go, go, go. So, like, he drives down the street, and then he stops, and he waits for me. So, like... Sheree gets loose from the people who's holding her down.
Sure do.
She gets a weapon from the girl that she swore she did.
It was mine.
It was her weapon, but she got it from the girl.
Oh yeah,
she had to go grab it because Sheree was trying to catch up to me.
I'm like, get my thing out my purse, get it out my purse. So she went ahead, got it, gave it to me.
Yeah, and like,
and mind you, they just started driving up the street. Like,
but no, I'm walking at this point. But like, I'm walking because I'm speed walking because
Yeah.
I'm like, because I heard her say go get the thing, and I'm like, but like, I'm not ready.
They already drove up, and he's walking
towards the way they drove up at.
As soon as I got my thing,
I can hear her running behind me, but like by this time I'm damn near in the car.
And when I tell you I was dipping, I was like, mind you, I have a weapon in my hand. I'm dipping, and then
she starts hitting the side of the car with the weapon.
I was trying to get the tire.
Tell me, like, but during this time, I felt as though she was trying to hit me with the knife because, mind you, as I'm getting in the car, I can hear the weapon, like, hitting the side of the car. I'm like, is she trying to hit me? And then, like, my best friend in the back was like, we had pulled around the corner. Like, we didn't even pull off that far. We pulled off right around the corner. And that's when I'm like, I'm mad. I'm just so mad because, like, I'm a fighter. So, like, this whole running thing, I'm not with. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not used to it. So, like, but one thing is for sure, I was outnumbered like a motherfucker. But when I first got out that car, I told them to lock the doors because I thought I was going to get jumped right as soon as I got out the car. So, like, when I noticed they wasn't trying to fight me, I was just kept getting out the car. But I kept telling them if they want to fight, they're just going to fight me because I'm the only one that wants to fight. Nobody wanted to fight me. They just wanted to fight my ex for some strange reason. So, we had pulled around the corner, and I'm calling my brother. Like, I'm blowing my brother's phone up because we're right outside his house. So, like, I want him to come outside so I could, like, at least have somebody with me while I'm beating ass, like, for real. This nigga's not answering. When we had pulled back around, my first thought was they were going to be sitting right there because I thought they were going to wait for me to come back home or for him to drop me off to make another move. I had drove home with my ex because they knew where my ex lived because me and my ex had gotten into a fight before and they drove with me.
Yes, mind you, that's why I didn't like his ex because they had fought before.
Because he burnt my clothes.
Right, that's why I didn't like him.
That was real love. He loved me.
No. And I didn't like him because he did that to you.
That made me cry when he burnt my clothes.
Right, he hurt you. Because it was a sentimental situation. That's exactly why I didn't like him. So why should I not be mad that you're hanging out with this clown?
At the same time, though,
Nope.
the same time, though, in my head, I didn't feel as though Sheree really cared about the situation. I didn't know she cared that much about the situation.
First off, you know I don't show my feelings like that. So what are you saying?
Because listen.
So what are you saying?
Because listen, the night that I fought my ex, right, we were on our way to a haunted house. And I was like in her backseat, full blown crying because I wanted her to take me to him so I could beat him up. She did not acknowledge it. Like she just kept asking me she asked me what's wrong, and I told her.
Mind you, we were going to a haunted house because it was my baby daddy's birthday, and we're already on our way there.
We were driving past his house. And then, and I just wanted to beat him up so bad. Like,
and you still got the opportunity to afterwards.
I did. I beat him up after that.
Through the car. From the driver's seat to the middle to the passenger seat to out the door to on the trunk to up a hill to on another car. Yeah, that's another story. Get us 50 likes and we will most definitely tell that story.
So then, hold up, but the first story that we were telling is not over. It's far from over. So, right? So then, the following day, me and my other best friend, who was in the car with us that night, we go to school and we get a text. Well, she got a text from Sheree. I think I got one too, where she said she didn't want to be my friend no more because I lied. And I remember my best friend got a text message from her, and it was like you wanted all your stuff back, and you didn't want to be friends with her no more because you felt as though she lied as well. And so when we got home, I think you guys were already there. I was on the phone with our other friend while she's getting Sheree's stuff together, and I'm like, cause she's upset because she don't know why she's being cut off. I had walked around to my other best friend's house where Sheree was, and she was sitting outside. I go upstairs to help my friend like pack all her stuff up, cause like at this point I'm done with her and I'm done with the dude. Like we're just, I don't know, we was just really confused by the situation, so we didn't want like, all right, y'all want y'all stuff, boom, that's it. So she had given my friend the her stuff, but like it wasn't all her stuff. And you don't know this, but, like, it wasn't all her stuff. And I was mad that it wasn't all her stuff. Because, like, we was, like, scraping to get all her stuff together. So why wasn't all my best friend's stuff back? So that's when I was like, no. Like, I snatched all this shit stuff out of my best friend. I was like, I'm not giving her this shit. Like no. Like, my friend was like, nah, like, I don't even care about that stuff. Like, that's little stuff. I can get more. And I'm like, no, are you sure? Because, like, she brought a problem to us. We can definitely start a problem on day 2. Like, I was ready. Like, I was so ready to start another problem.
Real? No.
I really was. Like, I really was. And then, like, she was like, nah, like, because she's very mature. So, like, she was just like, nah, like, that's how they want to carry it. That's how they carry it. We going to be on some other stuff. No, it wasn't good enough for me. Like, I don't know if you heard, because you didn't react. But, like, I was throwing out so many, like little disses here and there while they was transitioning and stuff. Like, I was yelling and stuff. But, like, I was being super childish in the situation. And that was that. And then months go by. We don't talk to her. And, like, and that's when we just get, like, we just get the questions, like, because like, a couple months later, it was around the time she started her YouTube channel. So, like, throughout the time, I had started talking to the boy that she had hooked me up with. And we had started talking again. And then, like, a couple, like, it was, like, at least, I don't even want to say a year, but it was a bop, like, after the whole altercation. He had told me one day, like, oh, Sheree had hit me up and was like, she want to talk to you guys. And I told her no. And, like, me and my best friend, because we was together every day, me and my best friend. And we felt as though, like, if you told her no, and because he told us that this was a while ago that she had tried to reach out. So we felt as though, like, if it was a while ago and you told her no, it's no point for us to reach out now. And then a couple, like, at least a month goes by after that, after he told me that. And then Sheree actually reaches out to me and my best friend. And, you know, we was kind of past it. So, like, we just came over. And now, this is where we are.
Now he's the Godpa Dukes to Putang.
You're so fucking animated, dog. The Godpa Dukes to Pootie. But, yeah, it was just a roller coaster. And now, like, basically, we just been rebuilding our friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the walls are there. We're just hanging pictures and shit now.
Now you just heard our first story time on my channel.
Get us to 50 likes and we'll both tell our fighting stories.
Well, you have a lot, so what are you talking about?
I'll tell one of my fighting stories and Sheree will tell you her fighting story.
Okay.
Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and slide over to my channel, you know, because I'm going to be posting some videos too. But, yeah.
Bye.